Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jag here, and in today's class we're going to continue with our Science 10 content, okay, on the concave mirrors. This is part 2, and in the last video we went through a couple of scenarios, and remember, all we're doing is taking this object and moving it closer and closer to the mirror. We're trying to see what the characteristics are for the image. Okay, so let's get started. Alright, so here I have drawn the next scenario on the board. Okay, this time the object is going to be placed between the focus and the center. Okay, so we're going to actually draw out the rays. So again, remember, the first ray is going parallel to the principal axis and it has to go through the focus. Okay, so I'm going to make a straight line like this. Okay, so it looks something like that. Okay, and you do notice, make sure you are extending it out, okay, the reflected ray. And in this scenario, I can still draw out the ray that goes through the focus, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to draw this ray. It goes through the focus. Again, make sure you are putting the arrows, okay? So this is the incident ray. It's going to hit the concave mirror, and then it is going parallel. Okay, so again, make sure you're using a ruler here, all right? Where the reflected rays are intersecting here, that is where I am forming. Okay, that's where the actual image is forming. Okay, in this case, actually, the image should be, okay, it's just because the actual drawing is not to scale. Okay, the image should be actually slightly larger. Okay, so as you get closer and closer to the mirror in terms of the object, the image is going to get larger. And let's write down the characteristics, okay, on this side. So I'll put characteristics. And again, this is these are the characteristics of the image itself. Okay, so I'm going to put larger, okay, than the object. Okay, and it should actually be found, okay, beyond. So let's actually exaggerate this just a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to put it like this. Okay, and same thing here. Okay, so for this one as well, I'm going to put it like this. Okay, so where the image actually forms should be beyond the value of C. Okay, so beyond the center. Again, it is formed in front of the mirror. Okay, and when it's formed in front of the mirror, okay, this is going to be a real image. All right. And again, we do notice that it is inverted, okay, or it's upside down. Alright, so these are the characteristics of the image, and I'm placing again, so let's write image here so everyone can see. Whereas this is my actual object, okay? Sometimes the teacher might give you the object, and if the object is actually upside down, when you draw out the image will be right side up. So it's always going to be the opposite, alright? Alright, so I'm going to just take this off, and let's move the object just a little bit closer to the concave mirror, okay? And this is the next scenario. Okay, the teacher will go through this scenario as well, okay? So say it's like this. Okay, and I'm going to put the focus, okay, again, the same distance here, okay, to the center. So say I place actually the object right here. The object is placed on the focus. So you notice the ray that we can draw here is the one that goes through the focus. Okay, and it goes straight down like this. Okay, I can also draw the ray that is going through the center. So I do want to show this ray to you. And what it's going to be is just like this. I'm going to try and make it straight here. Okay, and it's actually going through the center. Okay, so let's like number these rays. Okay, and the third ray that I wanted to show everyone, okay, this one actually is going to again hit at the vertex like this. So make it straight, okay? Once it hits the vertex, it's actually going to be going down like this as well, okay? Now this is the scenario, so the object is right here. This is a scenario where I'm actually placing the object right at the focus, and you notice all of the reflected rays are reflecting parallel, okay? So I noticed that the reflected rays are not intersecting each other. And in this case, there will basically be no image formed, okay? So again, the teacher might try and trick you for this scenario here. I have to remember that whenever the object is placed at the focus, there won't be any image formed, okay? All right, so with that, let's go to the last scenario here. Okay, so let me take this off. All right, and the last scenario is I'm placing the object right between the focus and the mirror, the concave mirror. Okay, so let's try this one. This is a really important scenario. Okay, so I'm just gonna make the mirror here. Okay, so this is my focus, and then this is the center. Okay, so again, I'm going to place my arrow, okay, say like right here. Okay, and the characteristics are quite important as well. Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, is I'm going to draw this one. This is the actual ray I want to draw first. Okay, so the incident ray, and this is the reflected ray. Okay, and you see the reflected ray again is going through the focus. What you're going to do in this last scenario is actually just extend this line out like this. Okay, does everyone see that? Okay, I do have to use my ruler, okay, to make this scenario very accurate. Okay, and I'm just placing my ruler along this whole line here. All right, and the second ray I would draw here, okay, would be basically this one that's hitting at the vertex. And again, remember, some teachers will make you use a protractor and check the angle, okay, to make sure it is exact. Okay, so I noticed that this angle is slightly wider, so it'll be something like this. Okay, I'm going to place my ruler, and I'm going to extend that line, okay, behind the mirror. Okay, and this is actually where my image is forming. So I'm just going to draw it out like this. Does everyone see that? Okay, this is how the image looks in this last scenario. Okay, some good examples would be, again, like the compact mirrors that women use to put on their makeup. This is actually a concave mirror, and I know that because when I'm looking at myself in this mirror, I notice that my face is like very large. Okay, and that's what it is. That's the image of my face. It has been magnified because it's this last scenario here. All right, and also mirrors that men use for shaving. That is also seen to be one of these concave mirrors, and it's the last scenario. All right, so let's write down the characteristics. Let's write it on this side right here. Okay, and one more time, okay, as you are going through, okay, the characteristics, I have to make sure I memorize, okay, all the characteristics, especially for this last scenario. As soon as the teacher places an object, it doesn't matter if it's an arrow or a pencil, okay, when it's between the focus and the concave mirror, this is always going to be the scenario, okay, and you should just memorize where the actual image is being formed, okay, so in this case, we're going to put image right here. All right, okay, so this time when we're looking at the characteristics of the image, I can see that the image is larger, okay, than my object for sure. Okay, it is magnified here, and later on we will go through the mirror equation and how to use it. Okay, this time it's actually formed behind. I'm going to put behind the mirror. Okay, whenever the image is formed behind the mirror, this is no longer a real image. Okay, so I'm going to put virtual image. All right, there are always 4 characteristics. Okay, make sure you do memorize them. And this time I see that the actual image is upright, okay, as it is behind the mirror. Okay, and this is a virtual image, and it is much larger. Okay, and those are like the main characteristics, okay, that you can see. And you can actually put this together as well, okay? So behind the mirror and it being a virtual image, all right? Again, make sure you do know some of the applications, okay, of the concave mirrors as well. The mirror that the dentists use, this is also a concave mirror with this last scenario. And you'll notice that when they're looking at your teeth with this really small mirror, okay, because it's a concave mirror, it is actually just magnifying your teeth, okay, so they can actually, the dentist can see whether your teeth are good or if they're bad. All right, so that looks good. And if there are no questions, that does bring this video to an end. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see everyone next time. Thanks. Bye.